Hello everybody, another video of Action Jackson. Today, I want to be talking about my trip to Six Flags. So, I went to Six Flags when I was about 2, and I couldn't ride on any rides because I was a little tiny baby. But, yesterday we went to Six Flags, me and my dad, and I was old enough, I was tall enough to ride pretty much every ride there, but I didn't ride on other rides. I didn't go in the Titan, which is like the biggest ride there, because it's kind of scary. But anyways, getting along with the video, let's start talking about my trip to Six Flags. So the first ride I went on was the Shockwave. And this ride has been in Six Flags for pretty long, and to be honest, I think that was my favorite ride there. And it had 2 loop-de-loops, not 1, but 2. Because like the first time I went on it, I actually loved it because it started off kind of like slow, and then it went up, and then just straight down, 2 loop-de-loops just like right in a row. And the thing was, we got to Six Flags early, and there was literally no one there, so we were like the front 2 seats of the entire ride, and we were just like in the front, just like no one else was in front of us. We were just like riding it, just shaking around in the ride. But the second ride we went on was the Justice League ride. But yeah, that ride was pretty fun. It wasn't really like a roller coaster or anything. It was just, you get the gun, you shoot all the bad guys, and it's just pretty cool. And shortly after that, my dad convinced me to go on this ride. Not that ride, but this ride. The green ride. I'll show a clip of it right now. Yeah, but I went on that ride, and I was actually kind of scared to go in it. And this kid in front of me, he was just like looking at me, he was just staring at me. I was like, Dad, we're probably gonna die in this ride, to be honest. And then the kid just starts pointing at me. He's like, scaredy cat. I'm like, he's like, why are you afraid to ride on the ride? I'm like, have you seen it? But the reason I was kind of scared to go on it because I've been on one of those rides before, but instead of just going left and right, it flipped over and it went upside down. I'll show a clip of that. And I thought it was gonna be the same exact experience. But it honestly wasn't that bad, because like in the beginning it was really hot outside, so we were swooping left and right, and it was just like air conditioning, just like the air was like flowing in our faces, like, oh, this isn't bad. And then it started getting really high, and we're just like, ah. Then we just went on like a little like stand off to the side and won a few basketballs. And then right after spinning around and going left to right, we went on Mr. Freeze. If you don't know what the Mr. Freeze ride is, it's really scary. It was really funny because we got in the ride, and then the guy, he was like, all right, everyone's seatbelt, everyone's things on. He's like, all right, goodbye. And then he presses the button, and then we go backwards. We're just like, ah! It just like zooms away, and the guy just said goodbye. Crazy, because like my dad didn't tell me it was gonna be this crazy, and just like loop-de-loops. Then like it went all the way in the sky, and then it came back down. I was like, oh my god. So after going on a spinning ride that literally swoops you up and down, and after going on Mr. Freeze, which goes on loop-de-loops, goes in the air, turns you upside down, guess what I got? I got a little sick! No, but I was not feeling good after that, so I was like, maybe it's because I haven't eaten anything today, So we went to this place, and it was honestly, because I got a drink there, and I literally wasn't feeling good at all, and it was so hot outside, and I think that made it even worse. I was just sweating. It was like 105 degrees outside. It was hot, guys, but I was just sweating, and I put my head down. I think I literally passed out. I was like, so I woke up, I was like, and when we got out, we just kind of walked around. We weren't feeling good at all. I felt like I was gonna puke. And we didn't ride on a ride for like an hour after that because we were just feeling so bad. And then, hour passed by. Judge your screen. Okay, this ride was really fun, guys. This ride was probably my second favorite ride, and we actually got some film off of it. We actually filmed the kind of like the drop, because it was like one of those rides where like, you know, it goes up really slow and it just goes like just like just rides all around. So it was really cool. So along with the Shockwave, which is my favorite ride, this ride was a pretty old ride. It was like an old school ride, just like a classic ride, and it was really shaky because like we were in the front of the ride. We were like first two seats, and it was going up, and then it just went like it started going really big because like my dad told me that it was gonna be, you know, it's not that bad. It's gonna be fine. It's not really that bad. It's just kind of like a little soothing little ride. And I was like, okay. So I wasn't really expecting much. I was just like sitting there. And then, it just started zooming down. But that ride was really fun. We actually went on the ride like 3 times. But after that, we were just like, because I think we walked straight up like 15 miles. So, but we walked so much. We were really hot. And we were just like, you know what a perfect ride to go on, which is the ride that you get completely drenched with water. I'm not exactly sure what the ride was called, but you go in a raft and it just like takes you down a lake pretty much. And we got in it. I was like, okay, you know, it shouldn't be that bad. And there was this like tube just spraying out water, and the first 5 seconds of the ride I'm already drenched with water. I was just the first one. Like we were just like in the raft, and then it just goes like. So we're soaking wet. We're just like walking around, just like drenched with water. And what's a good ride to go on after that? Of course, we go on the Pandemonium ride, which spins you around. No, seriously, we were still pretty sick and we didn't want to go on a spinny ride, but this ride, like, it literally spins you. It's not like it like spins you around. The ride goes on like a regular ride, but the whole entire cart, it spins around while you ride the ride. And it was really awkward because there's 4 seats on the ride, and I was only there with my dad, so we were 2 people. So we had to ride with 2 other kids, and it was just like awkward after that because we were just sitting there with like 2 other kids. And the thing was, because like there's 2 seats on one side and 2 seats on the other. The kids sat right next to me, and the other kids sat right next to my dad. So I was just like buddies with like this like one kid. It was just like awkward because he was really young. I don't even know if he could even go on the ride. And then we just like go on the ride. I honestly felt like I was gonna just like tip over and like fall out. And the kids were just screaming. They're just like, ah! They're just like, I'm just like staring at them. I'm like, are you okay? And we were still soaked with water, and we didn't really feel like going on any more rides. And then the drive home. Very entertaining. The most entertaining part of the story is the drive home. And that was my trip to Six Flags. And overall, it was a really fun experience for me. I really hope to go on it again. And I didn't go on the Titan. I didn't go on the Texas Giant, whatever it's called. And one of the biggest ones, because I didn't go on the Joker. I wanted to go on the Joker, but we didn't go because I was expecting to go on the Joker, but then we got really sick and we really couldn't because the ride flips you upside down and stuff. So we couldn't go on the Joker. I did go on the Superman because I'm pretty scared of it. I mean, I've been on one of those rides before, only it was a lot like worse because it was a lot higher than it. But yeah, it was a pretty fun experience. So if you guys have ever been to Six Flags, make sure to leave a comment bit down below. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like. And if you guys like my channel, be sure to subscribe. And that's pretty much it. So stay active.